wherever you are in the world. We have students from all over the world. And today we're going to be talking about habit number 5. Habit number 5, which is to save and spend. Isn't that funny that you got save and spend in the same one? Well, savings is not really an investment. You're not automatically investing, but the key here is to control your money. Where's your money coming in? Where's it going out? It's just a game. And we're playing the game, and this is how you keep score. Now, you can do this on your phone. You can manage your money on your phone, and you can. The goal is to give you an idea of where you are and how to get where you need to go, so you can pace yourself. So we want you to be able to manage your money on your phone and on one piece of paper. We want you to be able to manage your money on your phone so you can see money coming in, money going out. This is how you keep score. Okay, this is how you keep score. And the goal of this is to help you to create the habits, the 7 habits, and get money, as much money as you can, into habit number 4, which is to automatically invest. The goal is to figure out how to make more money and then to separate it and to figure out where money's coming in, where it's going, and where do you want it to go. You want to plan. Number 3 is to give and share. Number 4 is to automatically invest. And number 5 is to save and spend. Now, that's a funnel. So as money's coming in, that's just coming in from your job, your spouse's job, from your small business. That money comes into the top. It goes through those little systems right there, those 5 steps right there. And then right after that, we want to make sure that we can do the other 2 steps. But I'm going to show you just real quickly right here so that you kind of get what we're doing. But the goal here, guys, is I want you to make sure that you understand the first question you should be asking yourself is, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And then who will it affect? You're going to class, you're doing these things, you're learning, you're earning, you're returning. You are the example to your family. You're the example to your children. They don't want to hear you talk about it. They want to see you do it. And not only do it, but we want to do it with them. If you only give one thing to somebody you love, money, knowledge, or a good experience with money, what would you give them? Well, we want to give them a good experience with money. We want to give them knowledge, and then we want to give them the money. And we want to teach them how to do it too, because it's just a game and games are fun. So our goal is to be able to teach you how to manage your money on your phone and on one piece of paper. Now, just remember, as we're talking about this, I want you to be thinking, why am I doing this? I mean, you could be sitting around, you could be playing soccer, you could be watching TV, you can be watching stupid YouTube videos and doing stupid stuff, or you could figure out how to make your life better. Our goal is to help you have your life better. But really, why are you doing this? And then number 2 is, who will it affect? Your children, your nieces, your nephews, your neighbors, your church group, your school group, whatever it is. Every one of us have 3 things in common. And the biggest one that we have in common is that everyone is going to make, manage, and spend money. Every one of you are going to make, manage, and spend money your whole lifetime. And if you'll do those 5 steps, and step number 1 is to make more money. The goal of making more money is to study successful people and do what they do. Don't study your broke brother-in-law that doesn't know anything. Your net worth, your income is the average of the 10 people you hang out with. The 10 friends, the best friends you got. So if you're not making any money and you're not living in your own home and you don't have any investments and your job's terrible, it's because you're hanging out with the wrong people. You need to go hang out with some other people. That's crucial and that's key. Now, right here, who will it affect? Why are you doing this, and who will it affect? And then how will it affect them? How will it affect them? My dad taught me about money when I was just a kid. My dad is 4 days older than Warren Buffett, and he taught me the simple strategies. And he didn't teach me. We didn't sit down and just talk about it. We did it. I had my own investment account. I was trading stocks and investing in stocks as a teenager. I had my own little businesses. I was making money at 12% a year by simply loaning money out into some businesses that I got involved in. He taught me how to do that. The patterns that you do are because of what you've learned from other people. The systems, the strategies, the foundation, all of this, I didn't wake up one morning and make it up. I was taught this stuff. I watched this stuff. I observed this stuff. Now, our goal is to help you get to that next level. Our goal is to help you get to that next level. And so the goal is to get through these 5 steps. So number 1, though, is you got to make more money. And the big thing is you got a job and you got a business. Those are the two things that you've got coming in here right there. Now, the way that we make more money is you study successful people. This is crucial. Who are you listening to? Are you listening to broke people or stupid people? Or are you listening to successful people? You need to solve problems. Problems are fun. It's just a game, and games are fun. And you need to add value. You need to be more valuable than the other guy. That's crucial right there. And that's step number one. Now, number two is you need to separate it. You need to be able to manage it. You need to manage it. You need to keep score. But that's number two. Number three is you need to give and share. You need to give and share to others. Number four is to automatically invest. That's crucial, to automatically invest. We want money moved there every week, every month, every time you can get money, we want it to go in and right there. Number five is to save and spend. Okay, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. Is number five. But the goal is to figure out how to take the money that you're making. Number one, we need to make more money. We make more money, you got to make more money. Number two is to get that money down into here, into number four. That's your game plan, guys. Boy, that looks like a football play. That's the goal, is to get as much into there. Our goal is to come into here and figure out how to get 10 to 15% of that money over there. Over there. Now, those are the top five. Number six is we're going to add MSI, multiple streams of income. We're going to add real estate. We're going to add business. And we're going to make more money, more money, more money. And then number seven is the wealth formula. You're going to take money every month from your job, from your business, and from your real estate. That makes money. 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 That's making money. And we're going to have it go up in value. You can't leave your money in your checking account. You got to make it grow. Rule of 72. We got to make it grow. And then times time. We're going to do this for a while. We're going to build a whole orchard of money trees, and that equals wealth. Our goal is to have multiple orchards. I got to make a bigger orchard than that. Our goal is to have all kinds of orchards with all these trees in them. Okay, that's not a very good tree, but you get where I'm coming from. We want all kinds of trees in there. Not only that, but we also want, you got all these trees in here, and we want multiple orchards. Now, some of you are going, well, I can't even manage my own money. Well, good. Well, you're on the journey, you're on the path, you're on the right step, and you're doing the right thing. So that's where we're going, guys. And so I want to help you get there. And the key to that is to learn how to manage your money on one piece of paper. Now, one of the things we're going to do is that you can go to the website, successmoneyfoundation.org. And when you go there, you can earn cash prizes and rewards by simply going to online classes and sharing with others. Okay, online classes and sharing with others. Now, you don't really need us, but our goal is to help you get to your next level. Wherever you're at, we want to help you get there. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to take you here to the website. And once you go to successmoneyfoundation.org, you're going to come down here and go to manage your money on one piece of paper and on your phone. They work hand in hand with each other. They work hand in hand with each other. And so the first thing you do when you click on that link and pull up this Google Docs is that I want you to come in here and I want you to make a copy of this. Okay. I want you to make a copy of what we're doing. And so that's the first thing that you're going to do, is to make a copy of it. Give me a second here. I'm going to just make sure that you can get there. Okay, good. Let me do one quick thing. Exit full screen. So I want to make sure that you understand how to be able to do that. All right. So when you come in here, the first thing I want you to do is I want you to come in and to make a copy so you can make all kinds of changes to it. Now, once you've done that, you'll notice there's all kinds of tabs on the bottom. Now, the easiest way to get around is come over here and click the sheets right here on these 3 lines, because it gives you an idea of all the wonderful, simple things you can do. So there's a 90-day plan, a 90-day challenge. What do you want to get done over that next 90 days? Okay. What do you want to get done? Number 2 is, here's my game plan. Here is the action items of things I'm going to do. So where do I want to be in 90 days from now? Number 2 is my game plan. What's the game plan to get there? Number 3 is, how am I going to manage this? How am I going to do all this? And we're going to do all of it on one piece of paper. There's a whole get out of debt system for many people that have different kinds of debts. And then there's all different ways to cut up the 7 steps so you can see them in different views. Some of you have different preferences of that, but you can simply come here and click on the 3 lines. Now, one of the first things I want you to do is figure out where you're at and where you want to go. So as you come in here, you're going to make a copy of it. Now it's in your Google Docs and you can use it. And today happens to be the 28th. So we simply click on this for the 28th. Good. Boom. Look at that. We have a new 90-day goal. So the first thing is, how much money did you make over the last 30 days? How much money did you make over the last 30 days? And then in a month from now, you're going to say, well, this is how much money I made in the last 30 days, basically in the month of July. This is what I made in August. And here's what we've done in September. And this will get you where you need to go. You're going to come in here and you're going to put in a goal. Now, anything that's in white, you can click on, you can move, you can do things. Don't touch anything that's in color, because those are calculations. And this will give you an idea of where you're at. So step number 1 is you need to learn how to make more money. And you do that, usually most people do that with the job, and they do it with a small business. Now, if you have a second job, you can come down here and add that there. Number 2 is to separate your money, which you're doing right now on this page right here. And what's so cool about this system is, as you make changes to this, it also updates your phone. So you can make changes on your phone, or you can make changes on this file in your computer, your laptop, your iPad, whatever it is, and they're both the same. Okay, so you can make changes on your phone and it'll affect this. You can make changes on your laptop and it will affect that as well. So that's why when you go there, you click on that link and then you say make a copy, and then it's going to be a copy just for you. Now, in addition to that, what kind of money are you putting away? Are you giving any money away? Okay, so we want to be able to give money away. We want to be able to share. We want to automatically invest. How much money are you putting away? How much money did you put away over the last 30 days? How much did you put away? And you're just going to update this every 30 days. Number 5 is to save and spend. So how much money did you spend? Right there, that's your monthly spending right there, and that's your monthly saving. The real key is, how much money did you save? How much money did you add to it? Now, after you've done all of that, then the next big thing is to look at your net worth. Okay, this is how we keep track. Now, the goal is that this is a game, and games are fun. Money's a game and games are fun. So let's have some fun. And you're going to be doing this the rest of your life. So let's have some fun with it. So what are the assets? What are things of value? Well, you have some money in your savings account. You have some money in your investment account. You might have a scooter. You might have a computer. You might have some iPhones. You might have stuff that have value to it. You might have a home. That all goes right there. Those are your assets, things of worth. Then your debts or loans. Who do you owe money to? Well, I owe money on my credit cards. I owe money to the school for student loans, credit cards, whatever it is. And you put that all right there. And that gives you your net worth. Now, the purpose of this is to make sure that you know where you're at. Now, in addition to that, you're going to come down here to my game plan. My game plan is yours. And again, you can get there from coming here to Sheets and clicking onto my game plan. This is your action items. Okay, this is your action items. And this is the place where you can print it and doodle all this stuff. And it'll just give you an idea and remind you of the steps that you need to do. And you can just put all that information in there. And again, this is to give you an idea. Okay, these are the little steps I need to do and how I need to go out about doing them. And so that's a pretty good system. Now, down here is the Mobile Money Manager. This is the Mobile Money Manager. And you can do this on your mobile. You can do this on your cell, and you can do it on one piece of paper. Now, there's 2 ways to do it. One is right here, and we give you all kinds of prompts so you can understand how to fill it out. And the other one is you can come over here and you can see once you get the hang of it, well, I don't need to know that much information. I just want to be able to visually see it and do it. You can do it right here. But the first one for many of you is this first one right here. And so you're going to literally come and fill this out. And anything in white you can put in there. So the first thing is you'll notice at the very top it says money in versus money out. So we are going to plan for where we want our money to go. So this number eventually needs to go back to 0. So for example, if you have a job here, and let's just say, it's 2,500, it could be whatever it is, wherever you are in the world. You'll notice now I have 2,500 coming in from the job. Let's say that the spouse job brings in another 2,000. And so you can see that this is pushing money up here to the money in. So the plus is that you got $4,500. Now, the second part is, and you might have a small business. Let's talk about our small business. Did you make money? And basically that is a small business, which is basically a third job, if you will. Let's say that it makes another 2,000 just for fun. Now, number 2 is, are you giving any money away? We want you to give and share. So we're going to say church and charity, and just for fun, let's just put, oh gosh, I don't know, some number. It doesn't matter as long as you do something. Now you'll notice that when I did that, I'm going to take that out. Now you'll notice right up here at the top that we had $6,500 worth of income. When we take and give money away, it's gone. So when I put this money in, that number up there on line number 1 is going to go down because we're allocating our money. So now we're at 6,250 that we're allocating. Our goal is to allocate where we want this money to go. Now down here is, how much money did you literally move into your investment account this month? How much did you move this month? And so for this example, we're going to say we put 500 here. Now watch that top number. That number is going to come down. Boom, right there. And we put another 250 into our retirement account. That's where the savings comes in. Now, number 5, there are 3 sections to that. There's actually 4. There is your save and your emergency fund. So this is your save account. And we want to put a little extra money into a separate account for emergencies. And so there's that number right there. Then the next question is, what are my fixed expenses? What are the things that are just fixed? We don't want to include the loans at this point. These are just fixed items that we pay every month. We might have a phone bill. We might have a rent, which is not a loan. It's just an expense going out. We might have utilities, stuff that's the same every month. So that's like rental on the phone. That's the service. So we can I'm just going to put some little numbers in here just so you can see. Now you'll notice that it's changing up there above. Well, rent's not going to be that. Rent's going to be a lot more than that, isn't it? All right, so let's add a 0 to that. Okay, so we're trying to figure out where our money is going. And the phone, let's say it's going to be more than that. And utilities are definitely going to be more than that. These could be pesos, yuan, this could be dollars, whatever it is. We got $3,500 left. Now the personal spend, this is where so many people get so behind on it. Our goal is to come into here, and this is I'm just going to say dad, personal. I'm going to put dad, I'm going to put mom, then I'm going to put, kids. So on here, you'll notice that dad is responsible for some things, mom's responsible for some things. You don't nitpick each other. You don't manage each other's piece. They have their own money that you put into their account, and they're responsible to do whatever you decide to do with it. So dad might say, well, I've got to put gas in the scooters, gas in the car. I've got to do this, whatever it is. But these are personal things that you need to put in here. And so let's put some money in there. Let's see, mom's got some money in here. Boy, we're running out of money fast, aren't we? And we've got about 250. So as I'm looking at this, I'm going, gosh, I only got 250 left over. Now, some of you have debts. And what is cool about this debt system here is that we're going to take all of your debts and we're going to figure out a plan for those debts. So let's say that we have a school loan. And the balance on it happens to be 10,000. And the interest rate happens to be a kind of a higher interest rate. It's 12%. Now, when you put the monthly payment in, you just keep making the payment higher until it calculates. So let's see, does $300 a month work? Well, it worked right there. Let's see, that shows about a 3-year loan. Most of these are a little bit bigger, so I'm going to change that to maybe 250. Okay, so there it looks like there's a 4-year loan on here. Now you'll notice that that's coming out of my money because that's a loan. That's money I have to pay off every month. Okay, so if I take that out, you'll notice that goes back to 2250. And if I put 250 back in here, that reduces my money up here that I have to allocate. Now, let's say we got a student loan, and for fun, let's say that we also have a credit card, and that's quite a bit bigger. And that one sucks. That's a 21%. And usually you have to put 2%, 2 times the 5,000, 15,000 to make it calculate. And so that would be paid off over a 10-year period. But guess what? They don't want you to do that. They want you to make the minimum payment so that they can charge you more interest. So let's take it right there. There you go. So there's a 15-year loan right there, right now. That pace is saying it's going to take you 15 years to get out of there. Now we also have, a car or a scooter. Let's say that's 16,000. We're going to put these in here with the lowest amount first. So our school loan is the lowest amount because we're going to kill the littlest balance first, and then we're going to roll the money to the next thing. So in this particular case, this is only 8%, and the payment on that happens to be, let's see if that will calculate. There you go. There's a 5-year note. That's about right. So you'll notice that we got money coming in and money going out right here. Now we want to get out of debt faster. So if we simply came over here and right now on your student loan, your school loan, right now you're going to pay $2,800 in interest right there, $2,800 in interest. Now, if we can come over here and we put in this white space, let's go add another $250 to that. Well, now look at that. I'm going to save $1,600 by doing that. And instead of taking 51 months to do it right here, instead of 51 months, we're going to do it in 22 months. Okay, so you can see the power of being able to pay that off quicker. Now, our goal is to kill the little one first and then put the money towards the second one. All right, so there we are right there. Now, let's say that we do have, so that's taking us down to about $925, and that's about all the money we've got. We need actually, so you can come up here, we can say, what, we've got some other expenses. We found out that the rent's just gone up to $1,500. Watch what happens above there. So now that changes that. So you can see how this is dynamic. It's fun, it's to play. So go play with it and have some fun. Now our goal is to get out of debt. We're going to attack that first one, and you'll see that that'll still take about a year. I've still got a little extra money, so I'm going to take all that in this case, and we're going to kill that first one. Boom. So now that first one is going to get paid off in 9 months versus in 51 months. I've taken all the money that I've got, and that's all that we've got right there. So it's going to be paid off in 9 months. Now, once we pay that off, then I no longer have this payment. So that goes to zero. That goes to zero, and I'm going to add that extra 900. I'm going to add that extra $900 here. In fact, I have a little extra now. So I'm going to add, 1,175 here. And guess what? Whoops, that's way too big. So now, instead of taking 10 years to pay that credit card off, I'm going to have that sucker paid off in 12 months. So the key is kill the little babies, kill the little problem first, then take all that money and roll it to the next thing. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. I got it done. I killed that little one first. Now I can go after the second one. So now I'm going to have that thing paid off. See right there in 12 months. Boom. So that one's going to be gone. So what do I do after that? Well, that one's gone, dead. We don't have to worry about that anymore. And now what I can do is I can come in here and I can put that extra money towards that last piece, which is getting out of debt. And so instead of taking another 5 years, we got it out in 9 months. So the key is to make more money. You got to make more money somehow in order to get out of debt. But this is your debt plan. You can see that it all flows above there. So that's how you do that. Now, in addition to that, a whole separate funnel is to add real estate and business. Now, this is a whole separate funnel. As you make money here, the goal is for you to recycle it. We want you to flip some properties. Okay. We want you to, you're either going to flip or you're going to farm. When you're getting started, if you got a lot of debts and stuff like that, let's flip some stuff, make some cash, and kill those crappy old ones that we have that we want to get rid of, and until this starts making you money. But that's a whole separate funnel that we want to do on its own. And then what we do is we're going to come down here to the wealth formula. We're going to either farm it or we're going to fix it with your real estate or with business or whatever. Then the wealth formula is we're going to come down here and we're going to say, well, what are the assets that you have? What are the assets that you have and what are they going to be worth? Well, in here we said, okay, we do have, sorry for making you dizzy here. We do have some assets. And in this case, let's say that we have a car or a scooter, and let's say that it's worth, in this case, we're going to say 10,000, but guess what? It's going down in value. It's not growing, it's going down in value. It loses about, in this case, we're saying 12% a year, and we're only going to have the thing, let's see, boom, for a handful of years. So it's going down. So it's worth 10,000 right now, but in 13 years from now, it's only going to be worth about 1,900 because it's going down. Okay, so that's an asset, but it's going down. We have an investment account, and let's say that there's 10,000 in it, but guess what? It is going up at, just so you can see the difference, it's going up at 12%, and we're going to hold on to that for the next 13 years. So that car that's losing 12% a year is going to be worth 10,000. Now it's only worth 1,800. But if we can get our money growing at that same rate the other direction for the same time frame, you can see that that is adding a whole bunch of money to your investment. So your net worth has gone up dramatically. So that's why this is so important. If you have a home, for example, and it's growing, you got a home, and I have no idea where you are in the world. It's just the math, guys. It's just the math. And it's growing at 3% a year. And you want to hold, and you're going to hold that thing for the next, for the next 20 years. Well, that house is going to double in value. Okay. And if this was 24, it would be just almost completely double. There you go. There you doubled it. Rule of 72, 3 times 24 equals 72. So there's a house or a rental property. I'm going to use rental. I love rental properties because we have other people making the loans for us, paying the loans off for us. But that's what that thing's going to be worth. And then you'd have to subtract your debts on that one. In this case, you're going to say, hey, I've got a rental property worth 500,000, but I also owe, there's our rental home, rental property, and it's worth 500, but we owe 400,000 on it. But it's at 6%. And it's going to take, let's see, payment on it is going to be, I have no idea what calculate, so we just have to play with it for a second. See if that one will work. Nope, not enough. That one. We probably need to add quite a bit to that. Wow. There we go. So there's the payment right there. So once we get this stuff all paid off, the personal debt and stuff like that, once that gets paid off, then we can start going after our rental properties, if that's what your plan is. Because we get all this paid off, and then we can attack the other stuff. As rental income goes up, we can increase the payment. That's our minimum payment right here. That's right there. But we can go in and we can increase that payment and get that baby paid off. So that's kind of the key. That's kind of the crucial part on here. You'll notice that our money in, money out's gone out a little bit. That's because we didn't include the rental income in this particular case. But you can see how this works. This is how to get out of personal debt. And then we also have a calculator just like this, just to get out of to get all your investments free and clear. Okay, so that's kind of the key there of what we're trying to do here. I'm just going to take this stuff out because it doesn't fit. Okay, good. Now you're down here, you've got your net worth. Your rental property is going up in value, your loans are being paid down, and that's how you change your world, and that's how you become and kind of basically to change your world. So that is how you manage your money. That's how you manage your money. You can do it on your phone. You can do it on your computer. You simply will go click on the link, and then you'll say, make a copy. So it'll make a personal copy for you, and then you can make changes to it and use that exact same link on your phone or on your computer. So that's how you do that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make a difference, make it happen. Remember that every